Hello, hello, and hello. I'm your host, your One Nerd, and welcome to the final One Nerd podcast. Joining me today, we have guest number 7. How are you, guest 7?
I'm good.
That's good. And joining us again is the one, the only, the King. How are you, King?
Not too bad.
Well, it's good. I'm glad we're all having.
Rested.
So if you weren't listening in to when I said last podcast, this is the final one that we'll be doing, because one, we're doing White Sox podcast, product placement, link in the description below.
Yep. Plug that. Gotta plug it.
And yeah, so let's just talk about first off, how did you guys enjoy it doing this whole thing?
It's quite fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind it actually.
It's
quite enjoyable.
I think. On you go.
It's good fun to hear what people are thinking.
Yeah. What movies have you guys seen? What movies have you seen any movies lately?
I rewatched Darkest Hour.
Ooh, how's that?
It's the film about Churchill.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I've heard of it. How is it?
It's a really good film.
Does it include the weird... On you go.
They've managed to capture his sort of attitude in some ways.
Did they include the weirdest fact that I know from watching QI in it, where this might be a bit weird to hear, but yeah, Winston Churchill used to go in the bath during meetings, or go, like, when he was doing meetings, he was either in the tub or naked.
Oh,
that's a weird...
I mean, they did kind of put some of that in, but not like...
Not full on.
To be honest, same though, when I'm in a meeting, when I'm doing a presentation, I'm always in the bath. So.
Bring a bathtub to school, sit in it.
Having you is, you're fully clothed in the bath, he's not. Yeah. That is one of the problems. Yeah. I watched Blue Ruin recently.
Okay, what's that?
That's like the sequel to, not a sequel, but like thingy to Green Room.
Spiritual sequel?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's okay. I kind of lost interest when the guy shaved his beard off. And that's like right at the start, so.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
The movie I've recently watched was actually last night when I couldn't fall asleep, was The World's End. Man.
Oh, that's wait, what one is that again? Is that one with Sean?
Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the third. It's probably my least favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. Because it does have its fun moments, but it does kind of drag on for a bit. I do like Gary King. Like the way that they...
my favourite film they did was Hot Fuzz.
Same here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I quite like them all, like the same.
Right.
The World's End ending, I just, it was a bit weird.
It was...
Kind of wasn't what I was expecting.
Exactly. I did like the blanks kind of coming back. You mean, and kind of fulfilling the role that their past ones finished at.
Yeah.
But it was still very like, what? Weren't they all wiped out and blown up in the final scene, where all the electric sparks and they were falling over? It's like, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Let's rank.
Oh yeah, I also watched. I've been watching Black Mirror.
Oh, what episodes have you seen recently?
So I've seen White Christmas. That's the most recent one I've seen.
Oh, that one's probably my favorite Black Mirror besides USS Callister.
Yeah, that's good. I've noticed that they're all really quite weak and everything.
Yeah. I don't think there's one that's like has a happy ending. Except for if you see Metalhead, you will hate the ending. I can guarantee you that. So with the robot dogs. How about we rank our favorite Cornetto trilogy from like because there is no bad one, so like the one that you would most watch, the ones that you would, it's still good, but you wouldn't watch all the time.
What like Cornetto trilogy do you like? What like?
Like in order, like.
What's Cornetto trilogy? That's the Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and like World's End.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Like different flavors of Cornetto. Shaun of the Dead is strawberry. Shaun of the Dead like vanilla, and World's End
is the green
chocolate chip. The green one.
And the Hot Fuzz is like the plate, because it's right. Who wants to go first?
I think I'll actually play the World's End first.
Okay.
I quite, it's a thing that I'll watch quite a lot when I'm like bored in the household. I'll just put on World's End or something. Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz. That's Hot Fuzz.
My first pick would definitely have to be Hot Fuzz. It is such an enjoyable movie. I love the police officer that just sat like the kind of one with black hair and glasses. How he sounds so much like how you would expect like that kind of police officer to act. It's like, wow. I hope that's just his day job as one of those police officers.
And the guy keeps like coming by the crime scene with like a song particular to the way they were killed.
Oh yeah. My favorite one is, she must have accidentally slipped over and her garden shears in her neck. It's like, accidents happen all the time. Second favorite, what would you be the one that you would watch not as often as your first pick?
No, I've not seen Shaun of the Dead. I have seen World's End though. But I think I like Shaun of the Dead more.
Okay, fair enough. My second pick would have to be also Shaun of the Dead. Because it's the perfect zombie film. So what's your second favorite?
Mine, I think Hot Fuzz.
Oh, right. What's our one that we wouldn't watch the most? Like it's still a good film, but it wouldn't be our first instinct to pop it on.
Well, I guess it's default. I've never been I don't know. I've never been determined enough to just watch them all, the trilogy.
My third one would have to be World's End. Is I like the intro part.
That's the only one left.
It has
It's got quite a good soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack.
Me too. I like when they're walking to the different pub. That song that plays like when they're walking. I don't know what it's called, but it's really really good.
Well, the Alabama song.
Yeah, it's like die, don't ask why, do. Yeah, it's that one. It's such a good one introduced, like the whole alien thing. Yeah. So. Anyone else want to bring up anything?
I mean, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos by Josh Peck.
Ooh, who's that?
He plays Josh in Drake and Josh.
I've never seen this show, so I couldn't say.
I've not seen Drake and Josh, but I've at least, he's like, he actually is very funny YouTuber.
Like one of his videos in the Discord. I completely forgot. On you go.
Well, we can't really talk about this, but it is used cell delphine. They've not died of salmonella, and there's actually so what was music video? Wait, she's created a new music video? Yeah.
Oh god.
Did you post that? Is that what you posted? Yeah. I'll have to check it out at some point.
Right.
Right, to be fair, right, I'm going to say it's better than Amber, so I'm going to quite well done.
I think anything's better than Amber.
And play like not tomorrow because, you know.
We're not allowed to talk about it on this show.
Yeah.
That's non-advertiser friendly. That's not advertiser friendly. Well, of course it's not.
Well, most of what people do are advertiser friendly. Yeah.
That's true. Right. We've had so many fond memories.
Yeah.
What was your...
I skipped an episode because I was watching it with my dad, and it was the national anthem. You know, I think can take one.
I'll tell you the truth, I have not watched National Anthem because it looks so boring. It looks like so dull.
Yeah, I don't think I can see what it's about.
I remember there was a bee one. There was one with like killer bees, like robotic ones. And I just remember watching.
Yeah.
Was that it?
No. That's happening right now, so...
Black Mirror predicted...
The show in America.
I love the idea of killer bees, because they're like the most friendliest, like... Well, they're one of those like gray ones where it's like, as long as you don't hurt me, I'll be good, but if you punch me, you better...
The thing is, see if a bee comes near you, you just sit there and do nothing. It'll go away.
Because it's a bee. You know, it's like, I probably agree with like most people that bees are just adorable. You mean, because I love the fat bees.
Oh, yeah, no. Bees are fine. It's wasps that you need to watch out for. Those things are horrifying.
Exactly. I hate, I remember my brother Avery got stung in the neck and just swapping in it. And of course, there was like wasps in the air duct system. They have not cleaned out yet, which is like, you should lock this place down and then, gas it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm
not sure exactly what they do to do that. I suppose they use the same thing they do with the bees, and then they just collect them all and kill them.
God, here's the thing, alright, I don't want to step on anyone's beliefs, but here we go. Do you know when they always bring up it's God's great design? I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be non-religious. You mean, you believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
But if so, then why did God make wasps? You mean, well, there's no purpose to them. There's literally nothing. They don't...
Well, I mean, wait, you're saying that basically, yeah, okay. So you're saying that makes sense. No, that's fine. And again, my argument is, if God made man, then surely he is capable of sin too.
Yeah, so I love that. I love when people are love the sinner, hate the sin. It's like, what?
I mean, do you guys know the reason why it takes girls so choose a place to eat?
No.
Because the last time they did that, they doomed humanity.
So many girls watching. I have a bad...
I'm just joking, that's not true.
I'm terrible at picking restaurants. I'm sure, when I start dating and someone's like, hey, where do you want to go to eat? I'll be like... McDonald's or KFC.
I mean, there's actually some nice restaurants you can go to.
I know.
In Falkirk.
There was oh, sorry. When you go.
There's a nice Italian one.
Chianti?
No, which is next to the retail park.
Oh. Oh no.
Basically, it's the road going up into like the high street.
Oh, okay.
From the shore.
Oh, okay.
And it's across from Pet Home.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but I forgot the name. Have you guys been to Sumo? Question. That is a good.
I think I've heard of this. What's this again?
It's a Chinese. It's Chinese restaurant, and they make the best chicken fried rice. They also make good stuff as well, but they're a really good restaurant. If anyone in Falkirk is listening, go check it out.
Probably not the most. Yeah, well, no, if they're a fast food stuff, they do fast food stuff, it shouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, me and my family, we went down. Like, my mom and my brother and me, we went to Sumo to see if they did delivery, because then they'd be like, okay, then just order there. Screw cooking. And, nah, it was shut.
You know you can check online, right? These cooking companies usually have a website.
Dang it. We'll see on person. I don't know what my reasoning would be. So, hey.
Yeah, well, there's a whole mess going on right now.
Yeah. What?
When you look at America.
Oh God. It's like. I'm sorry, Anita.
It's collapsing in on itself.
Really.
Because of the leader who's in charge, and some of the people, not even all of the people, because there's some that absolutely refuse to wear masks. It breaks the constitutional right.
I hate that.
And all that. It's a fucking mask. It's meant for your protection.
Exactly.
And other people that are like, well, they're just being selfish and saying I should be wearing a mask. I was like, if I was a shop owner over there, and someone came into my store not wearing a mask, and said it's my constitutional right not to wear a mask, I was like, well, it's my constitutional right to not serve a customer, so get out of my shop.
Exactly. I have to.
Well, if they shot me, they would go to jail.
So, joke's on them.
Yeah, joke's on them, jeez.
Here's, I'll say this, not all Americans are like this. Like most things.
No, I'm not saying like, even the majority are like this. I'm
No.
just saying some people are like this.
No, I'm saying just for in case any person's like, I'm offended.
Yeah, no. We're not saying all Americans are like this. We're just saying some. So there's some that refuse to wear masks. All Americans refuse to wear masks, and they're just a risk.
I'm gonna tell you,
Well, the thing is, they came out of quarantine earlier than England did. Yes.
God, I hate
now they had huge gatherings of people, beaches and stuff, and now the cases are skyrocketing.
Let's talk about England for a second. They are fucking up this country. We need to get them out of here.
Right, okay.
We need to shut them down. I'm joking. I don't think that.
We need a better. We need to do the entire political system, because it's just not working.
Yeah.
Because the people are just getting less and less likely to vote, because no one's actually doing what they want. Yeah. Like, I find it funny, because no one's really understood what Brexit means. Because there was someone who was, basically, they posted a thing on Twitter, I think it was. It was a photo of them going through, like, immigration at an airport in England, I think, or something, or an airport in Europe. Or something like that. And it's like, oh, it took me 45 minutes to an hour to get through immigration. This is not the Brexit I voted for. It's like, that is exactly the Brexit you voted for.
Exactly. It's like you voted for this, so don't be all like, this wasn't me. I didn't vote for this.
I absolutely hate several people, like, there's two arguments. It's like, I want Britain to be great again, for voting for Brexit, and I hate that argument. I absolutely hate that argument. It's so dumb, because Britain was never great. In our name, it's Great Britain. Yes.
That's its name.
We were never that great of a country. We always were committing some horrible crime and cheating out some native.
Like, exactly.
Right? And then there's the second argument of, I want Britain to be back British again.
What? That means getting rid of...
You understand that for most of Britain's history, we have a lot of foreign let's just say, we've been influenced by the French, by the Romans, by even the Celts.
Britain's got a taste of everything. Our country's got a taste of everything.
You know, most places and religions, most places and cultures in the world have influenced Britain at some point, because they bring food over here, they bring tea over here. Tea isn't British, tea's Indian and Chinese and Japanese. It's growing over that area, so it's not British at all. But yet it's defined as one of the British things. So it's really dumb. Like, it really is.
I think it's dumb. But let's go for some lighter news of things in pandemics, which brings nothing except one thing, and I want to brag about it. My aunt got married. I know, and I have an uncle, and the funny thing is, my uncle has the coolest last name you can ever get. Is Beers.
What's his last name?
Beers.
Beers?
That's his last name.
Oh my god, Are you sure that's his,
that is his
original last name? So he hasn't got that changed at some point?
I know it's his last name.
Call him Beers as a nickname.
No, that's his actual last name, because now man's called something Beers. And actually, not before their wedding, but before this pandemic started, they came over, and he is the coolest person I've ever met. No, he's the coolest person.
So he's a nice guy, basically.
Yes, he is. He's Beers is a cool last name, and he's like the nicest person not the nicest person I've ever met so far. He's a good person. I'm gonna be quiet now because I'm messing this whole thing up. But yes. Has anything good come out of this pandemic for you guys, or am I reaching for nothing?
Cleaning socks is good. I don't know. I didn't have to take my final exam, but
What?
I hate taking exams, but that's just because I'm not good at writing things down.
I'm terrible. Like, a think everyone will agree with this. Is I'm terrible at remembering stuff. Like I will forget people's names. You got like remember we talked about this last week I think. Is that like I will we were doing that game where like you start with your name and then go around. And I was terrible. I was like, you, because I didn't know people that well. I mean, because I didn't talk to them. I didn't get to know their names. So I was just like, you, over there. We're like,
oh yeah,
I think the only one I could do was Lila and I think it was Edith. I think the Edith and Lila were the only ones I hadn't quite gotten yet. Because everyone else I'd known for quite a bit.
yeah.
Like, I'd known Alice, I know you guys, Alice, Peter, Molly, Lucy, Jolie, Sophie, and like, and both Katie's and Joshua, and I'd known for quite a while.
yes. I still don't really know Edith's name.
It's Edith.
Yeah, but still.
Scarlett.
When I see her, I was thinking, wait, is it Scarlett?
That sounds like.
Not cool.
Well, yeah, I don't get on very well my day-to-day life. And like, yeah, like it goes for women. Hey.
She's not.
Yo.
That's just you, you know, like.
Like, people think I'm doing jokes, but I'm not.
You just don't remember the name and just say it.
All I'm going to say is just like, someone random. It's just a good kind of middle class.
How about this is the reminiscing one, which I'll actually put in as the last episode of reminiscing. Let's reminisce about that play, that beautiful garbage play.
The boys had a lot of fun in that play.
That was.
The girls had a lot of sex in that play.
Yeah.
Because they had all the roles, and they were in like all the scenes, and we were in most scenes, but we weren't in all of them.
At least they did we put in at least they had the different scenes.
Oh yeah, that was.
Right. We had I know. I quite enjoyed working with some people especially Edith. She was actually pretty fun to work with.
My favorite scene to work on was the one where I had to have.
By the way, was it? No, it was. I don't remember who it was.
I know the person. I can see their face.
I remember having a lot of fun.
Charlie did his with Kay.
Yeah.
You did yours with Lucy.
Yeah.
Emma.
Joshua did his with Julie, wasn't it?
Was yours Emma? Or
Yeah, it might have been Emma. I'm not sure.
I was hearing it was Emma. It was. I forgot about Emma considering she no longer came. She left.
Why?
After that. But that was a very awkward scene for us to do.
That was really. I remember afterwards. After performance, we were all just like so thankful it was done.
It's like, cause, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, that's just not where, like, that's just like, this is like, let's just get this done.
Exactly.
This is,
sorry, on you go.
It was a very stressful play for, both us and the girls. The girls even more. Because we had a lot of lines. We were occasionally in scenes, but all we really had to do was react most of the time.
Exactly.
And I quite liked it. I liked being a sexist pilot. And it's not really much of a definition of my actual character in life.
The really definition for you, women should be flying planes. What are the walls coming to?
I can't fly planes, but apart from that.
What was everyone's worst scene?
Women should fly. No, Charlie, yours is women can't fly a plane because I can't fly a plane.
So I can't, therefore. What was everyone?
What was your question?
I can't. No one can.
what was everyone's least favorite scene to work on? My one was doing the flapper one where I had to slap Lucy, because you guys know me. I'm very apologetic. Like, I will apologize for someone else's misery.
I might have preferred to do that one, because I might have just got so slapped.
Yeah. Cause
No, I'd try not to hit Lucy the best of my abilities, but if I accidentally hit her, we just have to roll with it.
Yeah. I think I would quite like to be Stanley. I think it's people like take a lot to that role.
You could probably take a lot to that role.
Yeah.
my I remember on the night of the performance having to do that slap and it sounding so weak. Because I was so worried I would accidentally, so I'm like, I'm just gotta be careful, and just yelling was. I remember apologizing afterwards. I was just like.
I remember when we were like starting off the school, and I was like really close to my family, and I was moving to start the whole thing off this year. Like, we were like in the road.
We had a lot of change to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it just was like this fast-paced chain that we had to do, and everyone had to do theirs this time.
Agreed. I remember.
But the thing is, there's certain things I didn't want to have it like it's the same people over and over again doing the same words. I wanted to make it so that.
Yeah, and also like. I mean, I'm not a fan of those like buzz. A light is on the board.
I hate.
I mean, yeah, it would be hard. It would be harder to like put sound effects on, and then everyone gets that. But yeah, everyone is really like exceptions.
I'm pretty sure we could easily record a thing where it's just sounds like notification sounds going off.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure we could have recorded that. I'm pretty sure most of the group had their phones with them, although we usually leave our phones in like our bags or the jacket.
It's like we could have at least do you know what we could have done? Is we could have do you know how you can go into notifications to change it? We could have just done that. You mean like have the on it? You mean instead of saying it? I remember when you had to do it delayed. So it was like you said it very slowly, I had to say it very quickly. That was so panic-inducing, so I'm like, don't say the wrong line.
Yeah, I can't really remember the night. But I remember, like, the leading up to it, and it was like, everyone running around in a circle, buzz, beep, bop, bloop, beep, bop, bloop.
I hated that so much.
I'm thankful for Cameron being there, because he really managed to sort it out.
If he wasn't there, yeah.
He was also very chilled with us. You mean he wasn't like...
Yeah, no, because he kind of knew what we were going through, and the sort of... It's not a very easy... not a very easy thing to do.
No.
With the fast pace, with the movement as well.
Yeah.
I hated doing the movement, because you would forget, you mean, cause it's kind of like doing it at the same time and then saying different... You mean like not saying it all in unison?
Because I'm pretty sure by the end we weren't supposed to do it at the same time.
Agreed. I hated that because we did all that practice or not.
Yeah. Because it's like don't do it. Like if it's not just I didn't see what was the problem with that. It's like I mean there was like 3 of us on one side and 2 yous on the other. So if yous 2 were at a different time from us 2, so that's true. I think that would have been fine. Or like one of yous and one of us. It would have worked because it would be like there's different people checking their phones at different times.
Exactly.
No one like even if it's like a group text chain, no one in the group text chain is going to look at their phone exactly in this. Because they've each got to check if the teachers are in.
Exactly. Do you know? Remember? What's his name? Callum? Or yeah, it was Callum, wasn't it? The one that abandoned us when we did all of that stuff.
And then at least Jake said he would have some things to do.
Exactly. And we were like.
And he did. He was. And he came back.
To be fair, I'll be Callum's defender.
especially because we got that timing down first try. I mean, we really got that proper podcast.
Yeah, no, so, well, I think, I can see why the show isn't exactly a very great one.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we at about time then?
I think we're,
Have we done enough?
we've done plenty. We've done 35 minutes and counting.
Well,
It's a lot. We are reminiscing.
You can tune out to this podcast.
No, check that out tomorrow, and I think it is our final goodbye to close out this amazing series of podcasts.
bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.